Well, the nightmare is becoming somewhat of a reality. None of this has to happen if we simply respect this virus, wear masks.
Like I said, welcome to a Friday. Lots of stuff going on right now, and I have to tell you, I am really excited for the weekend, but right now, let me tell you your headlines for today. Colorado, I love you. This is an intervention. You'd think that was your mom, Jay, but it's not. That's the governor speaking. Polis said at one point, cancel your social plans over the next few weeks. We'll talk about that coming up real soon. We're on a dangerous path. Denver's home by 10 order takes effect this Sunday. That's from the mayor. Hashtag safer at restaurants, hashtag support local, and then hashtag National Nachos Day. A lot of hashtags going on. And Dr. William Blanchet from Boulder Internal Medicine coming up here shortly. Jay, I talked to you about it just a second ago. Colorado, I love you. This is an intervention. Polis said at one point, cancel your social plans for over the next few weeks. That should be easy for you, Jay.
Oh, me? Yeah, no problem.
No problem, right? Mm-hmm. The numbers are going the wrong way, Jay, and it's more important than ever to reverse that. That's why we have Dr. William Blanchet on. Is there any logic behind this reasoning of to cancel your plans? And who are you canceling your plans with? It's probably your friends and family, right?
You would think, yeah.
Or the raves that you're used to going to.
Well, you know me.
I do know you.
Yeah.
We're on a dangerous path. This was the mayor today. And Denver's home by 10 order takes effect this Sunday. Why not over this weekend? What do you figure? What's your guess, Jay?
Something to do with the election?
I don't know.
Maybe.
We're gonna talk.
There was an election, right?
Talk to the doctor about that itself. Hashtag safer at restaurants. This is a hashtag that we've made up. I think it's very important. Hashtag safer at restaurants. If you think about it, restaurants more than ever right now need your support. And I can tell you what, if you've gone to a restaurant, you know that they're into sanitation, they're sober, they're into cleanliness. They're doing all of the right things to make sure that you're in a safe environment. They need your help, they need your support, and supporting restaurants is at the top of the list. So if you're making a post, what I'd like you to do is hashtag safer at restaurants. Pick your favorite restaurant and support them today. Speaking of support local. There is a lot of political unrest. You can't even get on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram without seeing some kind of political vitriol right now. It's everywhere. Take this much, just this much of that political unrest that you have going on inside of your body and take that energy and put it into supporting local. If you can take just a little bit of that to support your favorite local space, we're going to get ahead of the game.
Do it.
We need that more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on themoderneater.com, Jay?
TME, themoderneater.com.
There is a lot of good stuff there. Just this past Wednesday, we had James Doxson from Vibe Concepts in here making nachos. Guess what today is, Jay?
National Nachos Day.
It is National Nachos Day. So if you go to themoderneater.com, you will be able to see that great 10-minute interview of Chef James Doxson putting together some delicious nachos. You'll love to see that and get some great ideas. They also have some locations that you can get those nachos at as well. So National Nachos Day today on the 6th. And without further ado, I want to do this. Let's go zoom up to Boulder. His name's Dr. William Blanchet from Boulder Internal Medicine. We have to have you join us right now, Doctor. How are you?
I am doing surprisingly well, all things considered.
Well, it's good to see your face, and it's good to see that you're happy and well. Okay, numbers are going in the wrong direction, Doctor. What are we seeing right now? This is something that it was I don't know if it was inevitable to happen, but you sure did look around the corner and say, I'm worried about the fall with people getting back into school. There's a lot of things going on, but is the nightmare becoming reality at this point?
Well, the nightmare is becoming somewhat of a reality. You know, this started basically when the universities reconvened, and we're now seeing the consequences, the very, very predictable consequences of the universities reconvening. Now the university is going to send the kids home, the young adults home for Thanksgiving, and they're not going to come back until the next semester. And so my hope is that intervention will turn this thing around, and we'll get the numbers down, get the cases down, and return to a little bit more normal existence. The thing that's really sad is that none of this has to happen. None of this has to happen if we simply respect this virus, wear masks, socially distance, wash our hands, don't cough on people. We don't have to shut down if we would just do that. But somehow we can't seem to collectively do that. And there lies the problem. And who pays the price? The bar owners, the restaurant owners, people on the front lines of medicine are all putting themselves at risk for behavior of other people that they have no control over. And it's a tragedy. It's really an embarrassment that we can't do a better job of simply wearing masks, sitting 6 or 8 feet away from each other, doing anything outside we can do outside. When we're inside, be super cautious. If we did that as a society, we wouldn't have to shut anything down. But we can't. We don't. And as a result, this is climbing. As a result, the restaurant owners, the bar owners are paying a huge price for not their behavior, for other people's behavior. That's my position on it. And I think we need to recognize that. We need to talk about that. We need to have some compensation for the bar owners and restaurant owners so that when this is over, we will still have some places to go to relax, to get some great food.
I couldn't agree with you more. A lot to unpack here. So, in a day and age where truth is skewed and you really don't know what reality is, and the only thing that's certain is uncertainty, the masks. So, I think people are fairly good with masks, but are they working? I mean, should we not see that spike right now? We're wearing masks and we have a spike.
Except the masks are working when we're wearing them. When you look, look what happened in September. Universities got back in session. The first thing that happened here is in Boulder, the COVID spiked only at the university. Only at the university. Spiked hugely. So how did the university respond? They responded by getting serious, by shutting down classwork. So you have to Zoom from the dorm. The problem was COVID was not being spread around in the classrooms. COVID was being spread around in the sororities and fraternities and dorms. And the students for a period of time got serious about that, and the COVID came down a little bit. Then it goes back up again. And now it's gotten into the community. Now vulnerable people who are going to get sick and who are going to die are now getting COVID because it's no longer in the university, it's now in the community. Combine that with COVID fatigue. We're so tired of wearing these damn masks. We're just tired of it. We're going to go out and we're going to do normal things again. And you do that, and people get COVID. And so that's kind of what's happening. Do masks work? Masks work. But a mask working means that everybody with COVID who doesn't wear a mask makes over 2 people sick. Everybody with COVID who does wear a mask makes less than a half a person sick. You're still making people sick. So if you have this pool of COVID brewing over in the university, and they're sending people out into the community to make other people sick, the curve won't go up really steep. The curve's going to go up, though, because we have this pool of kids behaving in a fashion to promote COVID and getting virtually no symptoms themselves. So if we can just, now that politics is over, we can just change the technology from being a political technology to being a science technology. Masks are more available. We have better masks now. In fact, I just want to show you my newest favorite mask. I have no connection to this mask company, but here's a mask that doesn't filter in 0.3 micron particles like the N95s. This filters 0.1 micron particles. It's the most comfortable mask, the most efficient mask. I can talk fairly easily with it on, and I can wear it all day without feeling miserable. And so we've come a long way in masks. This is a nanofiber mask, a little bit more expensive at $4.50 a pop. But if I can wear it all day without feeling miserable, it's worth it. Wearing masks, wearing better masks, wearing masks more efficiently, it'll make a difference. We can beat it. Yes, we can. We can beat it. Let's do it. But it requires us all to pull together. The election's over. Let's get over it. Let's pull together. Let's mask up. Let's wash our hands. Let's stop this progression. It's worked in other countries. It has worked in other countries. It can work here.
Yeah, just a couple minutes left with Dr. William Blanchet here as we do a news update and talking about the spike in the positivities rate and hospitalizations. Looking at numbers that harken back to April. I mean, we go back to April and we're seeing the same spikes there. So, I mean, here we are, COVID's spiking again. Is the potency of COVID the way that it was in April? From a doctor's perspective, from what I'm seeing on the ground level, is a lot of folks are either asymptomatic or no symptoms at all, and seemingly test positive for COVID, or is it just that we're so used to it that it's not a scary proposition anymore, or as scary as the unknown then?
The things going on really. Number one, we're doing a lot more asymptomatic testing. I'm going to get a colonoscopy, I get a COVID test. Oh, my COVID test is positive. That happened to my daughter's mother-in-law this week. She's going to get an upper endoscopy, got a COVID test, it was positive. 0 symptoms. So we're finding those people whom we would never find before. That's number one. Number two, we are finding more young people, and we're screening more young people. Young people don't get sick. Young people don't get hospitalized for the most part. We have big numbers of cases, and it's not reflecting in as big a number of hospitalizations as we had back in March and April. And then the final thing is, we as clinicians are actually getting better at treating it. We have some things that can help. Vitamin D, for instance, massively beneficial in research studies, reducing severity of COVID. So if any of your listeners are out there not taking some D3, take D3. It makes a difference. Zinc probably makes a big difference. Now we know steroids make a difference. Convalescent plasma is showing great promise for making a difference. So we're better at treating it. Extracorporeal oxygenation makes a difference. So we're seeing a significant reduction in mortality among hospitalized patients. We're seeing a significant reduction in hospitalization among COVID patients. This is all good, but it's also bad because then we let down our guard. And I have a case, I saw a patient last week whose best friend next door neighbor goes out to eat, doesn't pay attention to the guidelines. Both the neighbor and his wife get COVID. The couple that went out with both get COVID. The neighbor and his wife are now dead. They're dead. So yeah, they were older, but they were older, functional, good folk who just got COVID fatigue, bought the story that this is no longer important, went out, did not take precautions, ate at a truck stop, for God's sakes, and are now dead as a consequence after spending a week in a hospital on a ventilator. So yeah, we're better. Yeah, it's down. Yeah, it's not as scary to the bone as it was back in April, but don't let us forget that it is still a fatal disease. It's still, we're losing, 800, 1,000 people per day in this country from this disease.
None better, and really just put the work in, do what you can to stay safe, minimize your contact with folks that you don't need to be around. And you heard it from Colorado's governor. Colorado, I love you. This is an intervention, Polis said at one point. Cancel your social plans over the next few weeks. And this is the time of year renownedly where folks are wanting to get together with their loved ones. And it could deem to be dangerous at this point.
Well, up until recently, you could have a social engagement outside where it's relatively safe. Now that it's going to get cold for Thanksgiving, having a social engagement inside, you might take grandpa out. You might take mom out.
Yeah,
you got to be careful.
Hey,
this could be the end of...
I appreciate your time, Doctor. We're going to catch up soon. Well, we'll make it through this hump like we've done everything else. Do our part, and we won't let you down. We'll be wearing our masks.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet.
All right.
Dr. William Blanchet, Boulder Internal Medicine right there, Jay. And, truly, Jay, if you had somewhere to go over the holidays, cancel your plans, but you're fine.
No, oh, yeah, I'm fine. But I'll tell all the people that have things to do.
It's time to make some pizza. We'll do In the Kitchen. Scott Hibbeneth here with us today, and I am thrilled to have Chef join us. Talk about the pizza you grew up with. Now, my pizza that I grew up with, Angelo's on 6th Avenue. And just so many memories around that pizza that was the kitchen sink. And I just love that pizza gathering at Angelo's. And since then, a new group has taken over Angelo's since I was a kid, and they have done great things with it. We're going to assemble that pizza and then get into some more stuff. I'm looking forward to Montana's here from Black Hat Distillery, and Montana's going to put together some great drinks for us, a classic margarita, and then a seasonal drink. I think it's called Sweater Weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater Weather.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll break. We'll come right back. We'll be in the kitchen with Chef Scott Hibbenin.